All right, good morning. Where are we going?
To the cenotes.
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 Yep. And what are cenotes?
Aren't they big deep holes in the ground with water?
Yeah, pretty much. Then tracks, where are we going? You know how to say it.
I don't know. Chichen Itza.
Yeah.
Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza. Yep.
Chichen Itza.
And what is that?
I don't know. It's this big temple where it's not really a temple. Well, it's basically a temple. It's a sand temple. Yeah.
Who lived there?
The Indians.
No.
Mayans?
Mayans. Good job. And what happened to the Mayans?
They disappeared. They just disappeared, and we don't know. And nobody knows. And nobody knows where the bones are.
Yep.
Nobody even knows where the bones.
Yep, you're right.
They're probably dead by now, but nobody knew about it.
Yeah, we just don't know what happened to them, huh?
Nope.
So it's about 2.5 to 3 hours away from us, but we're stopping at some different cenotes along the way, and we're gonna swim on the way there, and then we're gonna get there, and we're gonna get there at like the hottest part of the day. But hopefully if we're kind of cool and wet from the cenotes, then it won't be too bad. And then on the way home, hopefully they'll just sleep the whole way home. So it shouldn't be too bad of a drive, and we're super excited to go and see some new things today. All right, Steve, where are we headed?
We're headed to Cenote Zassi, something like that, in Valladolid.
And they're cenotes?
It's a cenote, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the town of, say that again?
Valladolid.
Valladolid. How did we hear about this?
Through Josh Gates in Expedition Unknown.
So a lot of people that come to Cancun, they head straight to Chichen Itza, and
Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza. I say that wrong every time. And they miss this part of this on the way, but he says that this is so awesome, so we decided to come and check it out and see. When we watched the episode, it looked really cool, so we're excited to come and check it out. This is a cute little town. A lot of cute little old buildings. So I'm thinking it might be closed. That's gonna suck. There's a lot of construction going on. We'll find out. So we drove all the way here and it's closed. Still on the way to where we're going, but it just sucks because we really wanted to see this while we were here. Everything's under construction. Look how cute this little town is. This is one of the stops, Ace.
It's right. To the right.
Yeah, so right down in there is the cenote. We could swim in, but it's closed. Dang, it would have been so fun to go swimming. Oh well, on to the next. Alright, so we are walking to Chichen Itza, and we had to park clear down. There's a ton of cars, and then walk through all the shops, and we'll get there.
Yeah, coconut.
Putting a hat and dousing it in water though would actually feel pretty good.
Those receipts.
Come on, Jake, hurry. Careful.
There was a whistle down there that sounded like a jaguar.
Really?
Yeah. What are you doing? I'm gonna get it. What are you doing? Oh my!
$1. 20 Mexican pesos. $1.
This is the pyramid El Castillo. It's the largest pyramid, and it was built back by the Mayans around 250 AD to 900 AD. It has 365 steps. They built it this way to represent a huge calendar. In the spring and in the fall, the sun rays hit and cast a shadow across the stairs, and it gives the appearance of a serpent slithering down these staircase, and then that helps them tell time as well as the steps. There are certain pyramids all around Chichen Itza that it's based off of the cenotes. So if you were to do an aerial view above these, you would see a huge pyramid shape, and they were strategically placed based off of the cenotes. There are thousands of columns, and they were believed to be great meeting halls. They used to have paintings and murals painted on them, but since those have disappeared. It is also believed that these pillars used to support a huge roof over them, and since then it has collapsed. Chichen Itza just got named one of the 7 wonders of the world. Chichen Itza means mouth at the well of Itza. As I was walking through here, I just could not believe this place. It was amazing to me. I was in awe the whole time. I wish I could go back in time and see them wandering around these cities and seeing them in full wonder and just seeing how they were made and used. I just could not believe how awesome it was.
It's the first game of tic-tac-toe. Right?
Yeah.
No, it was a draw.
No, look right there.
Oh, he did win.
Who won? I can't.
Zero's right across the middle.
Oh yeah.
Or diagonal across the middle.
Somebody could have won. Oh, Zero's won on that one too. Zero's won on this one?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So this is the sacred cenote. Mayans believed that cenotes were the gateway to the underworld. So they would perform sacrifices up here on these altars and then throw the bodies over into this cenote. So they've since blocked it off. I don't know if they've ever gone down there to see what's down there, but it is completely blocked off. And they use these for sacrifices to the underworld to help protect them.
We push them off? I don't know.
Or they just push them off. And they'd either belly flop and die, or on their back flop and die, or they would stay underwater too.
The amount of detail that is still here, it amazes me that they're still here thousands of years later. The detail is still very visible, and you can see all the detail and handwork that went into these.
It doesn't say you can't. That's a perfect opportunity.
Go crawl through it. Tell us what's on the other side. Up right here is a huge ball court, and it used to be a huge game. You can find them all over the Mayan ruins, and they would battle, and the people who would lose would actually die.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a more charming town in the Yucatan. This is the colonial city of Valladolid. Established by the Spanish in the 1540s, this place is old. It's also kind of a sleepy town today. In the 1800s, the local Maya actually staged an uprising against the Spanish here, and it was successful for a time. They actually took the whole city.
So, after a long day, we made it back. I came out here because it's quiet. So after we left Chichen Itza, I don't know if I'm even still saying that right, we noticed, so Steve left to get our car because we parked pretty far down because we didn't know you could pay parking up close. So I waited with the kids inside in the air conditioning building while he went and got the car. But my phone died, and so I had no way to get a hold of him to let him know where we were gonna be. So I had to see if I could see somebody and hear them speaking English, that hopefully maybe they would be from the United States, so I could borrow their phone to call Steve. I found someone, I called him, he didn't answer, so I left him a voicemail. So we just kind of waited by the booth that you pay to park. Anyway, luckily we found him and it was fine. But as I was getting in the car, Steve was like, Chelsea, look at our tire. And it was like starting to go flat. So the rental car place, they put a spare and some tools in our trunk. Steve tried that and the tool was not the right size. So we drove, it wasn't all the way flat, it was just getting less and less air in it. You could tell it was getting flat. And so we drove and we were gonna try to make it back to the first town that we stopped in, but I noticed a tire shop along the road to get to that town, and we stopped there and this guy filled it up for us, and we thought he was just gonna be nice, and then he charged us 500 pesos, which is like 25 bucks to put air in our tire, which is fine. I told Steve, I'm like, I would rather pay that and know that we can make it to the gas station than if we didn't do that and we ended up getting a flat or it ripping really bad. We would have to call the rental car place and they would have to drive 3 hours to get us. So we'd have to sit there for 3 hours and then drive 3 hours back. So yeah, it cost us 25 bucks, but I'd rather that than sitting and waiting for our rental car place. So we did that. We made it to the next gas station and it ended up being fine. It didn't lose any air pressure from the first place to the second place. So we just kept going and kept driving. So it ended up being fine. It was just a little chaotic there at the very end. The places were so cool today. The kids were really good, even though they did not want to drive. It was a long car ride and it was very hot. We ended up there at like the hottest part of the day, but it was really, really cool. The kids really enjoyed it. And then the kids slept on the way home, so it was fine, and we made it home. It was a long day, but I am so glad we went because I would hate to have come to Cancun and not gone and see that. So we were really happy we did it. It was a long day, but it was so cool to be able to see that. So we're happy we did it. If you ever go to Cancun, I highly suggest it. When I go back and edit this video, I'm gonna do voiceover on some of the facts that we learned, and I will kind of explain what things are. So, because I didn't do a lot of filming of me or the kids, I mostly just did filming of the things themselves, just because it was so busy and it was kind of hard to film myself there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if you go to Cancun, this was helpful to you. And yeah, see you tomorrow.